Oh, hey! You caught me at a good time. I just reeled in a great haul for AniMay17, your daily dose of anime every day in May. It's the 2012 slice-of-life comedy, Tsuritama. You know, I'm not much of a fisherman. I had one good fishing experience with my dad and a family friend when I was young, but we were using sinking lures and our friend did all the baiting, unhooking, skinning, and cooking, so I'm not very experienced. I am really good at the Ocarina of Time fishing minigame, and I've been playing a lot of Magikarp Jump on my iPhone lately. Tsuritama follows Yuki Sanada, a high schooler living with his hot grandma Kato. Kato frequently changes jobs, so Yuki's become somewhat used to transferring schools. Coupled with the fact that he barely gets time to make friends in each school, Yuki has a debilitating social anxiety. Whenever he senses any kind of awkwardness, his face contorts into a hellish expression of anger, which gets him nicknamed Demon Face by his peers. This only adds to his reclusive personality and prevents Yuki from learning how to express his emotions. With another fresh start in the gorgeous island town of Enoshima, Yuki is determined to make a good impression and live a normal life. That is, until he gets wrapped up in the mission of a boy named Haru claiming to be an alien. At first it seems like Haru is just an eccentric kid with a bubbly, outgoing personality, but turns out Haru and his sister Coco wield the power to control the minds of humans and communicate telepathically through water. The two extraterrestrials are monitored by an underground Indian agency with a heavy duck-related theming. Okay, that sounds completely insane, and it is, but for all the background zaniness, Tsuritama is a really compelling, character-driven, slice-of-life comedy. The dynamic between Yuki and Haru is instantly enjoyable, and the supporting cast are really fun to watch as well. Of course, Yuki's grandma Kato is super rad and full of spunk, but Yuki's classmate Natsuki is stoic and professional but has a challenging family life, and Secret Agent Yamada and his partner Tapioca are already a blast to watch, even if they've mostly been onlookers up to this point. It's been a good long while since I've watched a high school show without any romance about a bunch of dudes hanging out and getting to know one another. It's been oddly refreshing, and Yuki faces a lot of the insecurities that I experienced in high school. Just making those first connections and bonding over a shared interest is totally relatable, and the show handles its pacing extremely well so far. Like I mentioned up top, the show revolves heavily around fishing. It even does a good job of regularly breaking down terminology like tackle and step-by-step instructions for everything from casting to reeling. The show doesn't protract these scenes, but they're helpful in relaying basic information and communicating how knowledgeable and dedicated the characters are to their craft. And thankfully, unlike most sports-centric anime, the characters have distinct lives and goals outside of fishing, which helps me get invested in their struggles. And the art direction is gorgeous! The backgrounds are phenomenal and capture the laid-back seaside town in this really unique watercolor style. The environments have a pencil-thin, almost posterization look to them, and every surface has a level of tone detail that really makes everything pop. It's also been really fun to look up the real-life landmarks and locations of Enoshima, like the Samuel Cocking Garden that Kato works at, or the Sea Candle Lighthouse featured prominently in a lot of scenes. And some of the climactic animation moments are truly stunning and lend a lot of whimsical humor throughout. Who'da thunk a laid-back show about a bunch of dudes fishing after school would get me so invested? I had so much fun basking in this beautiful world with this likable cast. There were even hints of greater emotional stakes that are getting my hopes up for real tear-jerking payoffs, but for now, Tsuritama has been like a heartfelt companion and one that I ache to spend more time with. Are you ready to cast another line? There's plenty more anime in the sea, and we'll talk about it next time on AniMay17.